Let's talk about budget cuts and what this administration cares about. Let's first start with the military. They've cut back on legal services available to our men and women in the armed services who need those legal services and legal advice to challenge decisions with respect to disabilities or anything else. But that's important to cut back. And let's remember, Hegseth didn't mind buying, I guess it was almost a year ago, millions of dollars worth of shrimp and lobster. So it's important to cut back on the benefits to the everyday soldiers who they don't mind killing in an unnecessary war. Meanwhile, they're also cutting back on funding to TSA and trying to privatize it. And the reason we have TSA to begin with is that the prior system before TSA was based upon private funding from the airlines, and it was decided that that was unsafe. But what do they care? What the hell? Let's cut back on funding and make travel for the rest of us unsafe. What do they care? Then we have Rubio, as you know, has taken $13 billion from Venezuela. It's unaccountable where it is and where it's going. But what the hell? Another $13 billion. Give it to the Trump family. That's important that they stay rich because talking about graft, they're at the top of the chain. Then we have Trump is selling information on Truth Social that if you want to get it before the rest of the public and thereby make money on what's clearly insider trading, you can pay Truth Social. It's either $60,000 or $100,000 a month, and what that tells you is how valuable to have that information before anybody else does. That people are willing to pay that type of money, and the graft is open, obvious, and the Republicans don't care about it. Meanwhile, we have the family in their capital funds making a fortune dealing with the Saudis and people in the Middle East. And one of the questions that we have to ask ourselves, are they doing all this to the Middle East, including letting Saudi Arabia have nuclear weapons capability, because this is where Trump and Rubio and Hegseth are going to go as soon as Democrats take power, if they do, in the House and Senate, and then those countries will refuse to extradite them back to the United States for their crimes against the United States humanity. That seems to me that's pretty clear what's going on, and will they allow them to come back to the United States, and are they transferring their funds into foreign accounts so that they can't be attached in a legal proceeding? These are questions that just sort of cross my mind as we see what this criminal group is doing.